There is a part of you that you may have forgotten, a soft, intuitive, creative, and deeply wise part, a part that doesn't need to rush, or prove anything, or strive to be perfect. It simply needs to be. But maybe today, you feel it dimmed, hurt, disconnected. What if what you're feeling isn't weakness? What if it's a wound in your feminine energy? This video isn't about stereotypes or trendy spirituality. I invite you to look deeper through the lens of Carl Jung's psychology, because understanding your wound is the first step to healing, and because you weren't born to simply survive disconnected from yourself, you were born to flourish from your essence. Feminine energy is not a label. It isn't about being a woman or looking delicate. It is a universal archetypal force, present in all people, regardless of gender. Carl Jung spoke of the anima as the feminine principle within the psyche. To him, the human soul is made of opposing energies, the active and the receptive, the rational and the intuitive, the outward and the inward. The feminine energy represents the receptive, nurturing, creative, emotional, lunar, and sensory principle. It's what allows you to connect to your body, your soul, and to life in its most organic form. But in a world that rewards speed, strength, logic, and linear thinking, many of us have been taught to hide this part, and what is not honored becomes wounded. Feminine energy often starts to be wounded in childhood, and not always by major traumatic events. Sometimes it only takes a few words. Don't cry. You're too sensitive. Be strong. Be a good girl. And so we stop showing ourselves. Jung said that what we repress is sent to the unconscious, and from there, it rules our lives without us even realizing. Your feminine energy may become wounded when you're taught that showing emotion is a weakness, that resting is laziness, that love means pleasing others, that your worth depends on how much you do, give, or achieve, that to deserve love you must constantly prove yourself, and so we begin to reject the most authentic parts of who we are, our sensitivity, our intuition, our ability to receive. In this disconnection, we begin to lose ourselves. If any of the following resonates with you, please know, you're not alone. You feel you must do everything on your own. You don't trust others to support you. You prefer control over vulnerability, but it leaves you drained and empty. You struggle to ask for or receive. When someone gives you something without you having earned it, you feel uncomfortable. Can I really accept this? Just like that. 3. You don't feel safe showing your true self, so you hide. You toughen up. You play strong. But deep down, it hurts. 4. You suppress your emotional or creative side. You've learned how to function, but not how to flow. Your art, your voice, your cycles have been left behind. You become hyper-independent or over-caring. Either you need no one, or you live to care for everyone. But who takes care of you? 6. You repeat the same relationship patterns. You're drawn to cold, distant, or narcissistic people, or those who make you feel small. It's not a coincidence. It's a reflection of the wound. 7. You feel anxious when you're not being productive. Rest makes you feel guilty. Emptiness frightens you, but it is in that stillness where your soul lives. When your feminine energy begins to heal, you don't just feel different, you become different. Not through effort, through permission. You receive with gratitude, not guilt. You no longer feel you must earn love, because you already know you are worthy. You feel without fear. You cry, you laugh, you shift, and all of it is valid. Your emotion isn't weakness, it's your compass. You move at your own pace. You no longer follow models that don't resonate. You listen, you honor, you choose yourself. You trust life without needing to control it. You surrender to the flow, and that gives you peace. You love without losing yourself. You no longer give yourself away to be loved. You give from wholeness, not from lack. You feel inner freedom. You no longer judge yourself or compete or pretend. And in that authenticity, you become magnetic. Jung said, healing is making the unconscious conscious. What you don't see, you repeat. And if you don't see your wounded feminine, you might spend your life stuck in unbalanced relationships, emotional exhaustion, disconnection from your body, and a lingering sense that something's missing. Healing doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means reconciling with who you are. There are no magic formulas. But there are paths. Here are a few ways you can begin. 1. Reconnect with your body through movement, stillness, breath. Feel from within. 2. Create rituals of self-care and pleasure. Light a candle. Make your favorite tea. Write. Touch your skin. Pleasure is healing. 3. Listen to your inner child. What did she need? What hurt her? What did she long for? Give her what she never received. Surround yourself with nurturing energy. People who uplift. Spaces that inspire. Moments that bring you back to yourself. 5. Feel without judgment. Cry. Scream. Breathe. Don't analyze it. Just allow it. Create without a goal. Paint, sing, stitch, dance. Not to produce, but to express. Let it be pure joy. Learn to receive. Often, what we resist the most is what we most need. Your feminine energy is not broken. It's simply wounded. And a wound is not a sentence. It's a doorway back to yourself. Don't punish yourself for having hardened. That was your way of surviving. But now, you no longer need to protect yourself from life. You need to return home to yourself. As I once said, the meeting with oneself is the most feared, yet the most healing of encounters. Today, I invite you to stop surviving disconnected and begin living in alignment with your soul. Because when your feminine energy heals, you don't just heal yourself. You heal your relationships, your choices, your lineage, and your way of walking through the world. And that, dear one, is your true power. Would you like me to explore how masculine energy shows up in women in the next video? Leave me a comment. And if this message resonated with you, please share it. Someone else may need to hear this reminder too. Your essence is not lost. It's simply waiting to be remembered.